did it. Yeah.
I mean, I've threatened a lot of things. I probably have threatened something similar to this, although I don't have $1 million in any form.
And he ran for mayor.
Yeah.
He lost, but he ran for mayor just a couple years ago.
Is it really out in some province? Because that's really Canadian, too. Like, burning. Just having a fire pit.
But he also might have had like some loonies and toonies in there.
Yeah. British Columbia. That's, yeah. So another Canadian news.
Oh, no. The Canadians whacking out this week.
Well, this one is on the progressive front. A vending machine in Canada is dispensing a drug 2 times as strong as heroin.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this is for
drug addicts.
Medical reasons.
No, it's for drug addicts.
Oh, just because
literal drug addicts.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like their school of thought is
they're going to get it.
There's so many people out here overdosing and stuff or whatever and doing this stuff. Like, it's better for them to have a controlled,
right?
A controlled pharmaceutical, put out there by the medical industry, whatever. That they know what they're getting. They know, because that's where the overdoses come from, because you get it from different sources and you don't know. There's no continuity. Right. They don't know what it's cut with. They don't know how strong it is. They don't know how many times it's been stepped on. No continuity.
Right.
But they get it from the same place all the time. And they even have places where they can go get high. Mm-hmm. Safe houses, whatever. Basically, it's like I envision it as a glorified crack house. That's how my mind sees it. But, maybe cross with like a medical type atmosphere. But yeah, I got a little clip for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and play it. So this starts off with a graphic that says there have been more than 5,000 overdose deaths in British Columbia since 2015.
Back in 2016, the game changed. A supply of heroin, which had been pretty steady for the past few decades, was being replaced with fentanyl, and people were dying. People that were voices in the community, and my friends, and people that I had treated and seen over the years. And at the end of the day, we had to do something about the situation where people were buying mystery drugs from criminal gangs to offering them an alternative through a safer pharmaceutical supply of opioids.
I've done dope, such a small amount of dope, and been revived after not breathing for almost 2 minutes. People doing chest compressions and Narcan me 4 times. It was like I was crawling through a tunnel, like literally just hanging on for dear life. Every time I'm buying dope, it's like literally playing Russian roulette with my life, and I try to put on a brave face, but, I'm scared. Like, even right now, I'm scared. I don't know what the content of this is.
There's 2 points to a safe supply. One is the obvious thing that if you're, in one hand you have deadly fentanyl, and in the other hand you have a pharmaceutical drug with known dosage, the person who takes the known dosage will not overdose. But if we can somehow break the cycle of people and the hustle that they go through to access their drugs, we can make a huge impact on people's lives. So basically, it's an 800-pound secure dispensing machine, much like an ATM, where people can get a safe supply of drugs.
So what we're going to do is we're going to scan your internal vein pattern in your palm. So when I prompt you, I'd like you to put your palm with your wrist on the guide and your digits on the guide. Keep your hand as wide as possible so you can capture the entire palm, okay? Okay, Fred. So please put your first palm there on the biometric.
But using technology like this, it's an extremely portable way to take our program to different places. And you access this machine through biometrics. So it reads the vein pattern on the palm of your hand. You just put your hand up to the machine, it welcomes you, and dispenses a drug in a little box in the bottom, and you take them and leave. The drugs are safe in there for people to store them. The access is airtight. We are actually developing an app that people could have on a phone to track their own drug use too. So it can be very interactive like that, and there'll be ample opportunities for people to engage with that when they're ready. And I believe if we do allow people to stabilize their routine a little bit more by having a secure, safe place where they can get their drugs and cut into the other activities that they have to do to get money to buy their drugs, I think there'll be much more time for connection.
And there you go.
Will never happen here.
No. Are you please?
Will
Here?
never happen in
Oh my
America.
God. Hell no. Hell no. People can't even get over the fact that weed is almost legal.
Right.
they still having hissy fits about that.
Yeah.
So no, ain't no way. Not here. No. But it's a trip. In the article, there was one gentleman who was interviewed who'd been an opiate drug user for like 30 years. And he was saying how, like he's had like so many friends overdose and die. He himself has overdosed a couple of times and nearly died. And how he said he's only been using the vending machine 2 weeks, but how much better his life is.
Mm-hmm.
That it's safer. He's not, have to go to these sketchy neighborhoods and sketchy environments and deal with these sketchy drug dealers and whatever. And he's going to this nice, clean, safe place and getting this measured out
Right.
dosage of his drug or whatever. And it's just, he uses the maximum. The maximum you can go is 4 times a day. And
Because they have the biometrics.
the
machine
biometric
knows
it tracks it. It knows it's
how
you.
much. Yeah.
And so you can go no more than 4 times a day and no more than a minimum of 2 hours in between times is how it works.
Yeah.
So, and they say that they don't worry about it being robbed because they said the amount of effort and work to get what's in there. They said there's a relatively low amount of drugs that's in there compared to a pharmacy. They said people, if you want to rob someplace and get drugs, you'd be way better off doing a pharmacy because it'd be less effort and a bigger reward.
Right.
So for that reason, they're not worried about the machines being robbed. Plus, they're indoors. It's not out on the street. It's like in this kind of clinic type environment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with a get high station nearby. So you don't have to get high there. You can take it home and get high if you like. But if you choose to, you can get high there in their little clinical flop house.
That's good. I don't like it. I don't like doing heroin in public, personally. So why would should I do this other drug in public?
Well, some people don't want to get high alone. You need a friend. Social thing.
Heroin's my friend. A really ugly friend.
Wow, yeah.
But wow, that's pretty deep though.
It's crazy that I remember there was a book called "A Hero Ain't Nothing But a Sandwich," and it was about a kid who gets caught up in heroin.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, this is the early '80s, and
I remember
there was like there was a
yeah.
pamphlet about like heroin. They have these pictograms, and at the end of it, the last word in it was "shun it." It creates feelings of euphoria. The downside, and at the end it was like "shun it."
I never had
It's
any.
like, you know what? It's true.
I've never had any desire to do heroin, ever. Like I'm all for new experiences and trying things, but heroin's like one like pass. I'm pretty good. I'm good. I'm good.
Because that's because of the PSA thing about it. I feel because I can't the same thing with drunk driving. Like there was a huge PSA campaign,
Right.
with Aretha Franklin and Stevie Wonder. Don't drive drunk. But before that, it's only because of that you just think, oh yeah, I would never. That's bad. But
see,
who
I
are
feel
the people that don't know.
I feel like
it won't happen to me.
But people also lie to us about other things. Like Nancy Reagan told us just say no to drugs, and like people stuff like that. And they said about weed, how weed just one smoke of a reefer stick can lead you into all.
Crack babies was a lie.
Crack babies.
Crack babies.
What in what way?
The whole thing.
Just like
the whole thing
babies
was
born
thing.
Addicted to crack.
Mm-hmm. The whole thing. There has been. They haven't. Now they're coming out with the truth, but they haven't found one case of where crack has been transferred in utero to the fetus. Those babies that they use were alcohol fetal syndrome babies. And that's why we don't have a generation of millennial crack babies. Like, remember all those crack babies they were just showing us and they're talking about the crack babies?
Right.
All the crack babies would be grown now. Where are they?
Right.
Or all the little retarded crack babies? There aren't any because they lie. But I remember in sociology, when I was in sociology as a freshman, undergraduate, my professor taught us that our government believes it's okay to lie to us for our own good. And they do it frequently. You know, and when it comes to matters of health, you know, and things like that, and the crack babies was an example.
Right.
You know, they felt like the ends justified the means, and you know, we want to put the fear of God into them or whatever. And
even the weed thing, you know, TV shows, they'd always have we found a joint in your book.
Right.
Episode, but they never could quite.
Well,
it was
the
always,
Cosbys.
and he was also drinking and drove off the road. Like,
right?
Like I remember on set, like they can never directly be like, and then you died. It's never that. It's always, you know, like they can't push it that far.
My thing about heroin, honestly, is total vanity. It's just like, remember when heroin chic was in the 90s?
I was just thinking about that.
And I was like, that was so ugly to me. They looked terrible. They looked like corpses. They looked like death. And I'm like, if that's what you get from heroin, no thanks.
And that lean.
The lean.
That lean. You know that lean? You ever seen the lean? When people are high on heroin?
I haven't seen. I've seen.
They do this. They have this lean that they're like, because they kind of like pass out on their feet.
Oh, okay.
And there's this lean that they have, and it's only the heroin or opioid type people who are, you know, that do that or whatever. Yeah, they talk about it, and they show it on like The Wire and different shows or whatever. But yeah, that lean is just like, that shit is scary.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
My own vanity has saved my health many times. No, it's true. There was a big while where I was trying to diet, as you do as an actor and stuff like that, and eat healthy. And I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to McDonald's. And I start to go to McDonald's, and I see the family walking out, like, okay, I'm turning around. Because they do not look healthy.
Right? Yeah.
No.
But they do with the commercials. Only skinny people in fast food commercials. Like dancing and being very active.
Speaking of McDonald's, you know that, and lying and all that kind of stuff, that Super Size Me, that's been proven to be a hoax.
Oh, really?
Yes. They said nobody, they've tried so many times to replicate that study and get his results, and nobody's been able to do it. Nobody. So,
well, who's funding it? McDonald's?
Good point.
I don't really remember the exact study. Was that the one that
he did the movie, and he took it for 30 days, and his blood, when his liver got fatty.
Merlin Spurlock was his name.
Yes.
He did another controversial.
Was that the one about the school lunch where it's all the cafeteria lady's like, here's my tool, and it's her with a box cutter because everything is just out of a box.
Frozen.
I think that might have been a different one.
Yeah,
because this Super Size Me was all about McDonald's
for 30 days.
For 30 days, McDonald's.
And his girlfriend is a chef and was against it. His doctor was against it.
Other variables.
He's only done a handful of documentaries, and the other one's been controversial as well. He did one on illegal immigration.
Well, he had a series, a television series too, that was similar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. So, speaking of immigration, you know, we're in a, what do you call it? Like, I don't want to say a new season, for television. So there's new shows popping up, whatever. I've checked out about 4 or 5 new shows. In the first episode of probably at least 4 of them was the exact same thing with the illegal immigration thing, with the exact same take and the exact same spin, the exact same twist. And I was like, really, you guys? 'Cause I mean, like, I know Hollywood is very, copycat and on to the latest thing, the latest bandwagon, all that. But I was like, geez, this is ridiculous. This is so annoying. So annoying.
I'm with you, but I feel like it's also partially that one of the things, like similar to what we do, like with the stories that are out there on the podcast. Even though like very few people get exclusive stories anymore that they're putting out on their feeds and their podcasts, but everyone wants to do their spin on it. But they want to make sure that they say, like, this is how we feel. And I'm with you, though, the fact that it's all the same, though. It's all the same POV.
Yeah.